Oh, good afternoon from Two Happy Children Farm. I'm in another part of the field taking some measurements, and I thought I'd pass it along. This is my refuge corn. It acts a little different than the Smart Stacks corn. Ear height is a little bit lower, and this field was the first 5 acres I ever planted with my new 7200 planter, which could account for the ear height differences. I don't know. We have a target of 29 and we have 27,000 plants here. Anyway, so that's what this field looks like. It's refuge corn. Looking down underneath, everything looks green like normal, like the other field did. But the reason I'm taking data here is we're going to get tissue data, and then we're going to take a soil sample here. We're trying to figure out exactly where we get money back for having higher potassium in the soils. And I know from my vegetable side, we get a great return on growing better tomatoes and cantaloupes when we're putting out more potassium. On the corn side, I took a high pH soil a couple years ago, and it was also a cation exchange of a 40. So it was a real challenge to build up the potassium, and I did that a couple years ago, and I've been taking data. This is the first year I did it on a normal pH field with good drainage and all the good characteristics you'd want. So that the cation exchange capacity for us is low at about 30 here in Central Texas. So we have this heavy clay soil, which is great for holding moisture, but you have to really beef up your potassium to get a good percentage of it into the soil. So last fall I put out 800 pounds of potash. If you run the numbers, that gives you about a 200 parts per million increase in potassium in the soil, which in my case gives me about 1.5% increase on the cation exchange capacity. So in this part of the farm, I'm hoping to go from a 2 to a 3.5%. And I kind of think there's an elbow there where you have to get to, and then you can start seeing some really good sustainable yields. For me, a really good sustainable yield would be 200 bushels in a good year like this year. And then in a drought year like last year, 100 bushels would be amazing, where we only had 4.5 inches of rain. So that's what I'm trying to do, make the place more drought-proof, more sustainable. And then when we have a good year, we do even better. So this should be a good benchmark for what does 800 pounds of potash the previous season do for you. So I'm going to be taking the ear leaf again, and then I'll take a 6-inch soil sample to see how that correlates, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching.